time, I've gotten involved with a man who already has 2 wives, and he laid his cards on the table. He wants to marry me and he will get me my own house. I'm also not the one destroying his first marriage, so I'm committing no sin. Someone did that before me. Hello, it's another week and you're welcome to Life Stories with Busi. Today I have a story from a lady called Ireoluwa Toma. And for me, I feel like this lady already has made up her mind about what she wants to do, but she's kind of seeking validation to, execute a plan, that kind of a thing. And you would understand the reason why I said I feel like she's made up her mind about what she wants to do when we get in the story. I think she's just looking for more people to help her understand what she really wants to do. She already knows what she wants to do. Says, hello, Busi. See, my matter is a special one, and I think I've gotten to a point where I will take the bull by the horn. My parents are pastors, and they oppose this move, but they are the ones not also making things easy for me. I'm 40 years old this year. I'm the first child of my parents. I have 3 younger siblings who are all married and have children. I'm single and they make me feel like a failure. The way they talk and all shows that they're not proud of me, even with all my achievements. When we were young, they made it seem like a sin to talk to boys. I couldn't even invite boys to my birthday party except maybe family friends. One day, they saw me talking to a boy on my way to run some errands and I was beaten black and blue. Even when I was in the university, boys couldn't visit me in the house. In the university campus, I was afraid to get into any relationship because when I remember what my parents would do to me, I would just bone the guy. Incidentally, my last sister was pregnant before she even got married. I guess that they had relaxed when raising her and I was lab rat. Because of their strict upbringing, I was a virgin till I was 30 years old. Even losing it was to a man I was so sure would marry me. I'd done introduction when I called it off. I've had horrible ordeals with men. I've been engaged 3 times. I've done family introduction twice with different men. Initially, I was climbing the career ladder and I didn't think it was an issue that I was getting older and not married until all my contemporaries were all married and I was getting invitations to children's birthday parties. Only to get to such parties and realize that everyone came with their husbands and their children and I show up alone. Unconsciously, I started feeling disconnected from my friends because the discussions had changed. Then I started getting pressure from the same parents who deprived me of the liberty of having friends who were guys when I was younger. We didn't have a social life then. All we did was go to church. When my siblings started getting married, even our only boy, I knew it was time for me to do something about my situation. My parents did all types of prayers, fasting, deliverance, and all the things that you can think about. So, my parents decided to set me up with Wally. He was the son of one of the deacons in the church. That one did as if he was doing me a favor. He said that he couldn't marry a career woman. My parents advised that it wasn't an unreasonable request since we would be having children soon and my busy lifestyle wouldn't allow me to take care of the children. So, I left my job to start a business. Then, Wale said he needed to sample what he was investing in. So, it was my first, and I regretted it that day because it made me feel inadequate that I wasn't good at it. Shortly after that, it started eating me, and I knew that I couldn't have waited that long to get involved with someone who was like that. I also discovered that he was on drugs, and he was always betting. I was desperate, but not that desperate. This was someone that on the day of introduction, he was high. I broke up with him and he insulted me that he was only doing me a favor, that I was a rigid old lady. After that encounter, I locked up and concentrated on my business and the business bloomed. Then I met Eric and I thought that I'd found love. He was a contractor from the stories that he told me, but I didn't know that he had planned with his girlfriend to fleece me. He went along with all the plans. He got some people to represent his family. They came to our house for introduction, only for me to trust him so much. He had some of my account login details. He siphoned my money and relocated with his girlfriend. The third person that I got engaged to, I found out that he had been married multiple times. He had children in different countries. He was owing so many people money. I looked like a prospect that could fund his life. I didn't even wait. A month after the proposal and engagement, it was all over. I decided that there was no point in getting married, that I would get a donor and have a baby. My parents didn't allow me to hear words. They said that it's sinful, it's not biblical or right. Now, I've gotten to a point where I don't care any longer. This time, I've gotten involved with a man who already has 2 wives. And he laid his cards on the table. He wants to marry me and he will get me my own house. His father is a king and he's heir to the throne. His religion and tradition permits him more than 1 wife. He loves me so much and I love him too. He pampers me, makes me laugh, is loving. He makes out time for me and is asked that we have a baby together. He's ready to marry me. I told my parents and they're saying that it wouldn't be possible. That it has to be a single man or a widower. They don't even want a divorcee. See, at this point, I don't care about being a third wife because how far have single men helped me? My parents are quoting scriptures now, threatening to disown me as if I care. I have my own money, so if anything happens, I can survive with my children. At least it will be on record that I got married and I have my own children. Did Solomon have wives and concubines in the Bible? Jacob had 4 wives and God blessed him still. I suppose kings are supposed to have lots of wives. See the example of some of the kings in Yoruba land whose wives are co-marrying and cohabiting well. I don't think the idea of monogamous marriage is for everybody. I'm also not the one destroying his first marriage, so I'm committing no sin. Someone did that before me. She says, I'd rather marry a married man willing to marry me than be a side chick to a married man. Let me read that again. I'd rather marry a married man willing to marry me than be a side chick to a married man. Is there a difference? What's the difference? Side chick upgraded to second or third wife. Upgrade. My parents are saying over their dead body, would I go and be a third wife? What choice do I have at 40? My baby sister has 3 children already. I'm 12 years older than her. The one after me has 2 children. My brother has 1. If I am your sister, Busi, what advice would you give me? Okay, so you see the reason why I said that it looks as if this person already has her mind made up. She's not a spring chicken, so she already knows what she wants to do. I think what she's just looking for is she's looking for a lot more people who would help her rubber stamp her decision. But she has told me to advise her like a sister. So the first thing I see is her trying to put the blame of not being married at 40 at her parents' feet. And I don't think that your parents should be blamed for that. Because your siblings are married. So if you are not married at 40, how is it their fault that you're not married? Because, I mean, you're saying things like, oh, because they didn't allow you to mix with boys when we were younger. A lot of parents did that. That was the best way they knew how to take care of us at that time. My father did that. We were not allowed to talk to boys. I remember one of my sisters going to tell my father that she wanted to get married at 30. And my father was like, what's the rush? At 30. My father was like, what's the rush? Why are you in a hurry? At 30. At 30. Oh. So I see them even trying to matchmake you with somebody. It means that they are trying to put an effort into making sure that you get married. And even though the matchmaking didn't work, I mean, it was a good thing. It was a good thing they tried to do. Matchmaking works. They tried, though it didn't work with you and this Wale guy, but I mean, they tried. Well, I've tried to matchmake some of my friends. Some worked, some didn't. And it's okay. I mean, if things don't work, it doesn't work. But I see your parents trying to help you. So I don't think that you should lay your being single at 40 at their feet. No. Now, to the question, should you be a third wife to a prince? Prince. He has not even turned to king. He's still prince. The father has not died. He's already married 3 wives. Anyway, should you be a third wife to the prince? If you are my sister, capital no. Because if you are my sister, if you are really my sister, I would expect that we have the same kind of values. I would expect that. And because we have the same set of values, we have grown up together, there should be some set of things that we should know that should be the kind of things that we do. You get, there should be some kind of things that we know that we cannot do. There should be some things that we know that we cannot even try. If you were my sister, I would say, why would you want to give up on yourself? Why would you think that your world ends at 40? Why? Why would you want to live your life sharing a man with other women? You are the third one now, and I can assure you this prince is not going to stop. Like, I hope you know that you're not going to be last wife. He's still going to marry more people. We're in a woke generation, and I know that a lot of people are going to say, what's the big deal? This thing happens now. She can get married as long as she's in her house, she's comfortable, the man is taking care of her, because we've seen examples of that, you know. But as far as I'm concerned, it's all part of fulfilling the prophecy. You know, there's a scripture in Isaiah that says, in that day, 7 women will hold on to a man. They will say, we will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. That's exactly the prophecy that you're fulfilling. You're comfortable, you're fine, you have money, you can take care of yourself, but you have decided that you want the man to take away your disgrace. So you don't mind being the third wife. You don't even mind being in the harem of his wife. You don't mind. I'm not judging you. I know that you've set your mind upon it, and all you're looking for is validation to execute your plans. So the only thing I would say is that you're 40 years old. You have been successful in the corporate world. You have been successful doing business, and that tells me that you're very intelligent. So this shouldn't be a matter that you should have a problem deciding what you should do. I think that you should bring that your intelligence to bear in this matter. So I think you should ask yourself some certain questions about what you really want for your life, so that the success that you've had in the corporate world and success that you have in business, you can also have it in your personal life. For me, the decision is yours to make at the end of the day. But I hope that you are mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually ready for this journey that you want to embark on. You already have a plan B, that if it doesn't work, you will walk away. You have money, you can take care of yourself. So I guess that everything is already planned. I'm not casting aspersion on anybody's choices, because the truth is that you're not a spring chicken and you can make your decisions by yourself. At 40, you can make your decisions by yourself. The decisions should not be made by your parents. You should be able to make your own decisions. So if you have decided that this is what you want to do, I wish you all the best. I just hope that you're ready for this, because you know that it's not just going to be a walk in the park. Mature single ladies out there, I know that there's a lot of pressure out there, especially in our African setting. And though you have achieved so much, if you don't do certain things, they'll call you a failure. If you've achieved so much, you have children out of marriage, they'll call you a failure. If you marry and you don't have children, they'll call you a failure. As far as our parents and the society is concerned, for you to be an all-round success, you have to also be married and have children. But hey, I need you to stand. Don't settle for less. Because you have come too far to destroy all that you have worked for, because you are desperate for marriage. Don't lower your standard and don't settle for less. They would insult you. They will say things like, oh, the people that are married are the ones that are advising you not to get married. Please shine your eyes when you want to get married. Do not be desperate to get married at all costs. Some have destroyed their lives. Some are even dead because of the desperation to get married, to be called Mrs. Somebody. Marriage is beautiful, like I always say, but it has to be with the right person for it to be beautiful. Please, don't lower your standard, don't lose your guard, and don't be desperate. Guys, what do you think about this story? Let's meet in the comment section and let us discuss this story. So next time when I come your way again, my name remains Busola Daily David.